it possible that some people sleep and never remember a dream?
Yeah, it's possible, but I think it's impossible for you to not remember a dream if you do REM sleep. Eventually, you'll have some sense of memory of that dream. Like today in the morning, I dreamed, Dorian, I dreamt of that pom pom appeared, my cat that's been missing since Christmas. And it was very real, you know. It was like he just showed up here like nothing, you know. It was like, hey, what's up? And we went back to our house because the reason why we're staying in the cabin in our jungle is because we're just hopeful that the cat will come back eventually because he's been seen by neighbors. So yeah, I'm just waiting so I could go back to my beautiful house, even though the cabins are beautiful. But Enrique likes his comfort, more comfort. I dream in color most of the time, but sometimes it just looks black and white. Interesting. I've never thought of that. Maybe to remind you of a certain time or maybe another lifetime. Okay. Conscious meditation is all about location for me. The most things I can block or have the sound loud, but once distracted, it's over and I have to try again later. Same for me. No, there's a lot of times where I just cannot concentrate whatsoever. So yeah, it's normal. Now, this is where we use, like, if you really, for me it's different because I work with energy, but like say for you guys, you really want to have that meditation time because you're, I don't know, out in the lake or something. A glass of wine, you know, helps to ease the mind, okay? So, or whatever drink you like, you know, not like to get drunk. I'm saying like just to, you know, to have a drink, it's not a bad thing. In fact, alcohol, it is a suppressant, you know. So what it does is it calms your active mind and also allows your recreational mind to open up. So it's not bad if you use it in a good way, let's say, okay? But don't get drunk. Then that's bad. Have a glass of wine. When I can't concentrate too much, I'll have a glass of wine and I'm like, okay, back. Since my sweet little mom passed away from Alzheimer's disease, I have read info on how important it is for older people to keep their minds as active as possible and to absolutely get a good night's sleep. Something that my mom had problems with. Sleep was hard for her. My question is, when is a person considered old? That's a really broad question, David. I don't know. I don't know when you're like considered old for society, considered old for your friends, considered old personally. I think there's old people that are very young, for example. So I really think it depends on your health, your activity, how you feel. And I definitely think that activity is a big deal on people. I've met people that are in their 30s or 40s and they look even like they're like 50 or 60 and they have health problems that they would have gotten when they're 50 or 60. So it's so much influenced by the activities that you do and the kind of lifestyle that you live. Exercising is important, or being outdoors or hiking or walking, or it really depends. What you eat has a lot to do with it as well. I mean, like my mom is 65 and I don't see her as old. You know, she's as young as, she's the same as she was when she was, 40. So it's, yeah, it really depends on all those things, all those factors. Old age is not the same as Alzheimer's. Yeah, I don't think so either. A person is considered old if the person considering is 15 to 30 years younger than the person. That's true too. Music, playing the guitar is a way to meditate. Of course, it takes me to another place, a peaceful place. I don't know if this is an accepted way to do things. It just works for me. Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is no right and wrong thing. Like, meditation, there's different levels of meditation. Do you want to just forget about your issues and problems and, like I said, focus on that one thing that you absolutely love? It could be clay making statues. I mean, it could be like me when I don't know, I like building stuff with wood, for example, and smashing my fingers. Not on purpose, of course. But creating things like artistically. So I think for everybody it's different. I found it very soothing to paint. When I had to finish our chapel and paint it, I'm like, oh my God, I need to make another wall because I really enjoyed doing this. And now I understand when I visit places where people paint their walls and paint them over and over again. And it's like, I get why now. It's like this huge canvas that you don't want to stop doing because you just focus on that and everything else just kind of, I don't know, falls into place. So nothing else matters kind of thing. Now, if you want that deep state meditation where you want to get that spiritual connection of, you know, having a higher conscience and downloading information, you know, like the stuff that I do, then that's different. That takes practice, that takes time. But you want to start with the little things. You want to start with just doing things that you love. And then from there, you can slowly, you're going to be the one that is going to evaluate how your mind is, right? Like once you start doing these hobbies, like evaluate how easy it is now to maybe calm your mind. Because normally these things, these activities will make you get to the point where you will respect that time for you and leave problems aside, okay? It's old when you lose your sense of humor. Yeah, that's true too. Oh, sorry guys, my neck hurts. La meditación consciente se trata de locación para mí. Para mí es muy importante dónde estoy. La mayoría de lugares o cosas yo las puedo bloquear, los sonidos también. Pero una vez que me distraigo, ya está. Tengo que empezar de cero. Bueno, eso a mí también es algo que estoy trabajando porque me distraigo muy rápido. Para mí es muy, muy importante estar con cero silencio. Te digo que hasta la respiración me puede molestar. Entonces a veces lo que hago simplemente me pongo audífonos y me pongo música muy bajita, porque luego también existe lo que Enrique le llama la música dependencia, pero si tienes una música que te ayuda a relajar la mente, es bueno. Now music, I found that music definitely also helps in the sense of like sometimes I'll try to meditate and it's just not that day to meditate, and it could be super quiet around me, but if somebody's breathing next to me, I'll get distracted. Like it's that sensitive. So sometimes I'll put like just earphones on and put some calm music. I shared one of the playlists with you guys, I think. And yeah, that kind of like gets me started, and then I could just lower it until the point where I'm already like in that Zen moment, you know? Dice, cuando se considera que una persona es anciana? Dice, desde que falleció mi hermosa mamá de Alzheimer's, dice, he leído mucho de lo importante que es que las personas mayores mantengan sus mentes muy activas y para que tengan un sueño muy bueno en la noche, algo que a mi mamá le faltaba. Entonces, ¿cuándo opinas tú que una persona se vuelve anciana? Yo creo que lo del anciano o anciana es algo relativo, porque yo he conocido gente que tiene 40 años y parecen de 60, 70 años. Y he conocido gente que tiene 60, 70 años y parecen que tuvieran 40. Entonces, yo creo que tiene que ver mucho la actividad que hacen, los pasatiempos que tienen, que no sean personas sedentarias, el dormir mucho tiempo, el estar sentado mirando televisión mucho tiempo, el estar encerrado en un lugar mucho tiempo. Todo eso lo veo como una alerta roja en decir, cada vez cuanto más horas pasas haciendo eso, más sedentario te vas a volver y más rápido yo creo que envejece la persona. Creo que al contrario, hay que pues exigirle al cuerpo caminar, salir, no sé, dar una vuelta, distraer la mente, ¿no? Distraer la mente y no estar como pensando cómo te pasa la vida por delante, ¿no? Entonces, como la mayoría de personas que se retiran y pues, no hacen nada, pero no es muy saludable no hacer nada. Es bueno poner la mente a trabajar, la mente es todo, porque el cuerpo se va a envejecer, pero si tu mente está ágil y está rápida y lúcida, no te preocupes, o sea, el cuerpo se va a envejecer, pero tu agilidad y tu juventud va a seguir. You know, I also think that the mind is everything, you know, so you could be super active, like your body's going to age, but if your mind has activity, right, where you're, I don't know, where you don't let yourself like sit on the couch until you just eat all the potato chips and grow that big belly, right? Or for example, when people, there's a little grasshopper on the window. When people, what's the word I'm looking for? So, retire, right? When you retire, most people are like, oh, I don't have to do anything anymore, yay! And it's like, well, that's not necessarily helpful. Like, You want to actually get to the point where you're relaxed from the stress of work, but you should still find things to do. Because the moment that you get too comfy in that couch and the couch starts having like that, little, deep end to it, it's just you're getting your body used to that sedentary life, and that's not going to be healthy for you. So always push yourself to have an activity, to go out and walk, or to go to the pool and swim, to play chess, to play dominoes, something, whatever it is. Just do not stay closed in four doors, because it's going to make, in my opinion, your mind deteriorate faster. And if your mind is not active and lucid, then everything else, you can have a great body, but it's no good for anything, and vice versa, so everything needs to be kind of like balanced out. Es old. Capaz que uno es viejo cuando pierde sentido de humor. Sí, puede ser. A mí me gusta tocar la guitarra, esa es mi forma de meditar, me hace sentir que estoy en otro lugar, un lugar sereno. No sé si es aceptado, pero para mí me funciona. Por supuesto que sí es aceptado. La música es vibración, music is a vibration. La música es vibración, entonces estás utilizando todo tu enfoque. Yo creo que es muy, muy buen punto. Yo creo que es muy buen punto el empezar solamente en una actividad donde enfocas tu mente en algo en particular y luego cuando ya tienes controlado de que te puedes bloquear todo el resto de los problemas en tu día solo para tener esa actividad, ya ahí quizás puedes decir, voy a intentar meditar, a ver qué pasa. Y de a poquito. Positivity and positive people is like a star, light years in between. You're only old at the things you can't do or don't want to do anymore. I don't want to do the laundry anymore. Does that qualify as making me old? You're still doing laundry? Oh my god, I can't. No. I think there's like an age where you no more laundry.